Okay, so we're on to our last assignment, week 7, where we create a form to collect user information. So I have a cold. I apologize. So hopefully this comes out okay, and you don't hear me coughing. All right, so I want you to create a form, and I want you to use these elements, like a text area, text box, an input element, select radio, checkbox, submit. I'm going to start by going to w3schools.com and go to HTML forms. So there's forms and form elements. Let's start with forms. All right, the HTML form element defines a form, and that's really just a container for our form. So let's start and create our form. Okay, now we've created our container. Now what we want to do is start adding our form elements. So the first thing I want to capture in my form, let's say I'm creating a contact us form. So let's start H1 contact us. Okay, and the next thing I want to do is capture the username. So I'm going to create a label prompting the user for their username. So you see below we have a label, username, but there's nothing after it. So I want an input box so the user can enter their username. We do that with input, and the type is text. So there we go. We've created our very first field. And let's say the next thing I want is email address. So I can copy this, and we'll change this to email. And the type would be email, and I'm going to call it name, could be anything I want. Now we have email address. So for our type, we had email, but with HTML5 I added a bunch of other different types. We could do month, we could do number, we could do range, we could do search, we could do a telephone number. There's a lot of different types for an input element. So you've noticed that these 4 elements are all on the same line. And they're all on the same line because they are inline elements. If we wanted them on different lines, we would have to add some block elements, which I'm doing now. Okay, so if you wanted your elements on their own line, you could do that, or you could even put them in a table. Table is another option. So let's do that. Table. And we want a table with 2 rows. And then we're going to have 2 TDs in each row. And we'll end this. And then we could style that if we wanted. And there we go. So that's a basic form. Very important feature of a form is a button to submit it to the server. That would be an advanced class. But let's add a button to submit the contact information form to the web server. And here we go. Here's a button. So there's a couple different ways that you can do it. We can create a button with a type of button, or we can do it with an input. So let's just do it with a button. And we'll go back to our page. say call this save. There we go. And I have a problem here. Okay, not sure what went wrong, but it's working now. And then when I click save, we would actually submit this form to the server. But that's a basic form. So let's go ahead and add maybe a few more elements. Okay, again, we're creating a contact us form. So we want the user to be able to select a reason why they're contacting us. And we can do this through a drop-down list box. And a drop-down list box is referred to as a select element. So here we have our select. And to make this a little more readable, we'll tab that. Another tab. And here the name is the reason. And they have 4 different reasons that they can contact us. And if they select any of those, we can capture that when the form is submitted to the web server. And let's see if we can add a couple more. So here's text area. If we wanted them to explain, maybe write a paragraph, why they're contacting us. So let's copy text area. We'll paste that here. But we want how many rows? Let's say 5 rows and maybe 1 column. Okay, 5 rows, 1 column really doesn't give them much information to enter, like a big input area. So let's change it to 20. All right, now they have a nice big text box to enter their information. So I think so far we're getting a lot of nice elements to add to our form. Okay, so if we look at the assignment, we've done a text area, we've done an email address, we've done a select, and we've done a button. We didn't do a submit button, we just had a button. And I think that's pretty cool, what we've done so far. I think one thing I might want to fix a little bit is maybe I'll just do a break here and a break. This would look a lot nicer if I did a table, but I'm not going to style it more. Another thing you want to do is be sure to have a comment in your CSS for the beginning and end. So let's do that real. So I'll say begin, form style, and then here I'll say end form style. And then in here I would do all my styling. So that's it. And if you have any other problems or questions, just post it to this forum and I'll respond to you any questions or comments you might have. And if needed, I can add another video. Thanks a lot.